बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम रब्बि शरह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़्दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to study about Unit 4, that was about steps for making Pakistan an Islamic Republic. It is the revision lecture, so I will go briefly through all the topics. For the people who are following the Urdu version, this chapter is about पाकिस्तान को इस्लामी जमहूरियत बनाने के इक़दामात. At the time of independence, we need specific laws to govern the country. So, we needed a constitution. For better understanding of the constitutional development of Pakistan, we must know what is a constitution. It is the group of laws through which a country can be governed. So, right at the time of independence, even before the independence on 11th August 1947, a meeting was held in which it was decided that Indian Act 1935 will be the temporary constitution for Pakistan, while on the other hand, a new Constituent Assembly was formulated at the same day, who have presented objective resolution in 1949. Objective resolution has a great importance in the constitutional development of Pakistan. Is due to the objective resolution, we get a framework on which we have formulated all the three constitutions of Pakistan. Therefore, objective resolution can be called as the premier for the constitutional development of Pakistan. In objective resolution, it was decided that the basic principles of Islam will be followed in Pakistan, while the mode of government will be based on federalism. That means we will have the federal capital with the 4 provinces. Then there will be the provision of basic rights to all of the citizens equally, while the independence and fair form of judiciary will be ensured. After the presentation of objective resolution in 1949 in the Constituent Assembly by Liaquat Ali Khan, we have presented the first constitution in 1956. It took a lot of time to formulate the constitution of 1956 because this was a time when the government, prime ministers and the governors were changing abnormally. So finally, when we got the constitution of 1956, we have seen that all the main points that were given or presented in objective resolutions became the part of Constitution of 1956, in which sovereignty must be lies with Allah, while it was decided that the name of the country will be Islamic Republic of Pakistan, while it was mandatory for the leadership that the leader of Pakistan will be Muslim. Then we have, as per decision in objective resolution, that Islam's basic principles will be followed. So we have decided to formulate the Islamic Council. It has to decide that all the fundamental laws of the countries should be according to the Islamic principles. Then the protection of Islamic culture or Islamic mode of life was the priority in Constitution of 1956. Then the important thing in 1956 constitution was that it will have the parliamentary form of government. Right after its implementation, it only was carried out for 2 to 3 years. After that, in 1958 to 1959, the country's economic and civil condition was deteriorating, and as a result, the Constitution of 1956 was abrogated and martial law was imposed by Ayub Khan. Then he again has constituted the assembly and they have presented the Constitution of 1962. It was decided in 1962 constitution that presidential form of the government will be implemented in federalism, while the country's name will remain same as 1956, that was Islamic Republic of Pakistan. The main thing, many of the points were very similar, but the main difference was the form of government. In 1956, the parliamentary form of government was adopted, while in 1962, the presidential form of government was adopted. Then, till 1969, the constitution was in the working stages. After that, when Ayub Khan resigned and appointed as the new Chief Martial Law Administrator, he again abrogated the Constitution of 1962 in 1969 and imposed the second martial law in the country. After the elections were conducted in 1970, we had a war in 1971 in which Bangladesh became independent as a fall of eastern part of Pakistan, while in the western Pakistan, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto became the first civil martial law administrator, and under his supervision, the Constitution of 1973 was implemented.